In this module, we will cover the new individual rights policy that focuses on an individual's certain rights with respect to their health information, including a right of access, amendment, and accounting of certain disclosures. The purpose of this policy is to describe how Health Current and participants will work together to honor individual rights with respect to data that is accessible through the HIE. Individuals have the right to request a copy of their data that is accessible through the HIE. To request a copy of their data, individuals or an individual's personal representative must complete a health information request form and return it to the healthcare provider participant. Due to legal, technical, and administrative limitations, the HIE does not currently support alternative means by which individuals may access their data through an HIE, such as through an individual access portal or other automated means. Participants must accept an individual's completed health information request form, verify the identity and authority of the individual in accordance with applicable law and healthcare industry standard security practices, and securely send the completed and validated health information request form to Health Current for processing. If applicable, data suppliers that direct Health Current to deny an individual's access request partially or wholly may only do so if the denial is permitted by applicable law and the data supplier giving the direction provides the individual with the right to have the decision reviewed and considered for reversal if applicable law affords the individual such rights. In these circumstances, such data suppliers must provide a written explanation to Health Current for the denial within 10 calendar days of being notified of the access request. The written explanation must include at least the following information: data subject to the denial and the reason for the denial. Examples include but are not limited to: the person requesting access is not the individual or the individual's personal representative. The person requesting access lacks the legal authority to access all the data requested. For example, a minor child's parent or guardian may be entitled to access the minor's data except for data related to healthcare services to which the minor child lawfully consented, or permitting access would be reasonably likely to cause a substantial risk of harm to a natural person. If a provider communicates to Health Current to deny a patient access to the patient's record in order to prevent harm to the patient or others, the healthcare professional must provide a detailed explanation for the denial as described in the individual rights policy. Health Current segregates data covered under 42 CFR Part 2, also known as Part 2 data, from other data in the HIE because of its sensitive nature and Part 2's heightened privacy protections. For example, Part 2 imposes more stringent requirements on when an individual's personal representative may have access to an individual's Part 2 data. Accordingly, Health Current will notify an individual's Part 2 program data suppliers of an individual's access request, and each Part 2 data supplier is responsible for responding to the request in the manner and within the time frame required by applicable law. Health Current will respond to an individual access request within 30 calendar days of receiving the completed and validated health information request form from the participant. Health Current may respond in writing to the individual access request by providing the requester with the requested data, informing the individual that the individual's data suppliers will respond substantively to the request, if permitted by applicable law, partially or wholly denying the request for access, or otherwise responding in a manner permitted by applicable law. Health Current may partially or wholly deny an individual's request for access under the following circumstances, including but not limited to: Health Current is not able to match the individual to data in the HIE. If Health Current is instructed by the individual's data supplier to deny access request partially or wholly. Health Current reasonably believes that the denial will substantially reduce risk of harm to a natural person that would otherwise arise from granting the access request, because the data which is requested is known or reasonably suspected to be misidentified or mismatched, corrupt due to technical failure, or erroneous for another reason. Individuals have a right to request amendment to their data that is accessible through the HIE. HealthCurrent has no authority or control over the accuracy or completeness of data provided by data suppliers. HealthCurrent will notify affected data suppliers if HealthCurrent receives an amendment request directly from an individual or an individual's personal representative. Data suppliers are responsible for responding to the individual amendment request in a manner and within the timeframe required by applicable law. Individuals have a right to request a list of the persons who have accessed the individual's data through the HIE for a period of at least 3 years before the individual's request. To request a list of persons who have accessed their data, individuals must complete a health information request form and return it to a healthcare provider participant. Because HealthCurrent does not have a direct relationship with individuals whose data is accessible through the HIE, HealthCurrent must rely upon its participants to verify the individual who is making the request either is the individual or personal representative of the individual. Thus, participants must accept an individual's completed health information request form, verify the identity and authority of the individual in accordance with applicable law and healthcare industry standard security practices, and securely send the completed and validated health information request form to HealthCurrent for processing. HealthCurrent will respond to an individual accounting request within 30 days of receiving the completed and validated health information request form from the participant. Thank you for watching.